Here at OverKlocked Gaming. Second game here between SBU and CTX. SBU had to sub out. One of their players had to go, sadly. Stepping in is OverKlocked. It'll be interesting. And we're on the bands now. Joining me, sitting in for the OKJ Professional, is OKG Bad Touch, BT, I'll call him. BT, hey. Look at these bands here. Fiddlesticks, Tryndamere right off the stop.
No, I think they're banning Fiddlesticks this time around, just because of the fact that Rain played super strong Fiddlesticks last game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Malthazar, don't know much about this champion.
Basically, OverKlocked is very seasoned with playing against all of the CTX players, so he knows right off the bat that CTX Rain also plays a super strong Malzahar. By the looks of it, they're going to be trying to push him out.
Whoa, the substitution coming up big time to make a call. LeBlanc, why did they, any insight into LeBlanc?
They're banning LeBlanc because OverKlocked has a very
impressive record.
He's known as the most scary LeBlanc in Edmonton right now. He's been known to one-shot people at level 3.
Ooh, baby, that's got
Udyr against the CTX Iron. What a good ban.
Yes, of course. I mean, Udyr chewing things up yesterday.
And of course, Tryndamere being banned off of SBU.
Oh, and Singed.
Singed.
Well, also I would suspect that that's a good ban as well. Now we're going to the choices. Locke has to pick first, although they can switch him around here.
Absolutely they can, but I'm going to think OverKlocked is going to be playing some sort of spell power type champion today. And we might see a Swain. It's very possible. Or the Morgana. That is a very strong pick.
Now, you know, that's very interesting because OKG Professional said that they should have taken Morgana last game.
Absolutely. Oh, but it looks like he might be switching up to a Nasus. That's an interesting choice. Not
really?
Only will that give them a strong champion, but it's going to deny CTX Derpster from playing him. Such a strong champion.
So a pick that you can play that prevents the other team from doing a very strategic tactical pick early.
Absolutely. It's pretty much an extra ban while getting a good pick for yourself as long as you can play the character.
With 87 champions in the game right now, over 200 billion minions killed since 2009. It's a lot of champions to know.
Absolutely, absolutely. But if you've been playing the game for a long time, then knowing general champions just because of the way they're played, like Nasus is one of the most top played champions right now in competitive play.
Interesting too how different than watching the games today on the 3v3 maps.
Oh, look at these picks. We've got a bundle for Derpster, and I hope that's a jungle Shaco.
Well, we saw Shaco have excellent ability in their game earlier today, so hopefully Shaco will do that. Have not seen Rumble play.
Rumble is a very strong top solo, and in fact, that is probably one of the very few people I would pin up against Nasus in a solo situation.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Probably setting the masteries right now for Derpster, running Rumble, about to get locked into whatever he's got picked.
It's going to be a really tanky AP game for Derpster. I'm sure we'll see him top solo against the Nasus.
Okay, our blue team, SB, well, B is now gone, sadly.
SJU?
SLU.
That works. Oh, an Akali pick. This is huge right now. Absolutely huge.
Why?
And what's this? Shaco's taking Surge and Exhaust. Akali is actually one of the most powerful champions in the game right now, playing very aggressively from early to finish of the game. Her burst damage is one of the highest in the game as well, one of the most safe champions to play due to her hidden mist ability.
So is Warwick going to work with who, or how is that team going to work together?
Well, if I were to have been playing, I would have been playing Warwick in the jungle, but unfortunately I don't think I've seen any other team besides CTX and OKG jungle today, so it looks like he's going to be laning.
Last pick, CTX Iron taking
jungle Shyvana. Shyvana is a new champion. She was introduced about 3-4 patches ago now. She's a very easy jungler, very fast, lots of AoE damage, and lots of pressure late game.
Okay, they're locked in. I think they're probably, the masteries are okay. The blocks are all in there. We're going to be going into this 3-minute delay. That's part of the Spectate package that Riot's released in the last patch. Spectate has been allowed. It's a great function. Most people will let you do it on there. So there's a 3-minute delay, which means there's no screen hacking in that. During that time, we'll talk to you about a few things. Any other comments now specifically about these champions or masteries that they may be picking out before we look at them to see how prophetic you are, OKGBT?
Absolutely. One thing I have to say right away is they've got 2 late game champions and 1 very early game champion on CTX game side. So we have a Shaco that needs a super strong early game in order to have a strong late game. And then we have 2 late game champions. I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to carry Shaco through to the late game.
Now, what about SLU, the blue team here? What do you see coming out of their champions? What do they have to do to be successful?
Well, we're going to have to see a lot of farm out of everyone on the enemy side and a lot of player farm from the Akali, because if the Akali doesn't not get kills, then she's not going to go anywhere. But we have great CC from the Warwick and the Nasus. The Wither and the Infinite Duress so strong, especially in the early game.
So basically, we're going to have a jungler from the purple team and the blue team. They're all going to be in lane, farming minions, getting the gold.
Yeah, absolutely. But I can definitely see 2 people here getting wriggles on this side.
Double wriggles again. We saw that last game. We're in our 3-minute delay now, and you know, it's important to remember that there are people behind the scenes helping us out, dedicating their time to help make the League of Legends Edmonton community go well. Big shout out now to Josh from Prodigy. He is going to be here next week live in person casting the StarCraft 2 Edmonton Open 64-man tournament, $1,500 pool, brought to you by the Canadian Amateur StarCraft League. It's going to be a big tournament here at OverKlocked, 11618 119th Street, right near City Center Airport. 26th and 27th. 2 minutes left on this thing. I also want to give a shout out to one of the regular features that Josh does on www.esvtv.com Monday to Wednesday on the Korean Weekly. You can find him there. It's a great show to watch. I encourage you all to support your Edmonton people, support your Canadian people. Anybody who helps out esports deserves the big pat on the back, including my guest host right now, stepping in for the professional, the BT OKG Bad Touch. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, Thursday night, 6 to 12 at OverKlocked Gaming. The League of Legends night. Forgot to mention that, should have mentioned that. Come on down, meet other people in the Edmonton area that play League of Legends, pick up things, or join up on stream with us. It's a great thing. Josh, thanks for doing that. Amazing technical wizard over here.
Every Thursday night, OverKlocked Gaming will be hosting a night from 6 to 10. It's only $10 for non-members, $15 for members, or $15 for non-members. It's going to be really great. Come out. There's always a good show out, if the weather's not permitting, of course. We usually have lots of in-house games. 5v5 fun. It's really good. You should come down next Thursday. All right.
About a minute to go here. Any specific skill you want to show us, BT, before we get into the game that you think is going to play a critical role? You know, we saw the lifesteal in the last game being played by Fiddlesticks.
I think one of the key factors in this game is going to be whether or not Jesse farms OKG Lock with his Nasus. If he can get a good farm on, if he's not denied, then he's going to carry through to the late game super strong.
So instead of get your game on, it's get your farm on.
More or less. Keep calm and farm on. As we saw earlier today with OKG Chain, the Nasus can snowball so hard into the end. It's very strong, very scary. It
was some great games, and you know, all day great games going across the whole thing. What do you think we're going to see out of CTX Iron early in the game, in the first game of the match? Because they're up now, 1 game. It's the best of 3. CTX Iron under-leveled, underutilized his weapons, made a comeback, ended up getting a lot of player kills on the whole thing.
The CTX Iron, definitely one of my good friends. I've seen him jungle many games like that where they're super strong, and I'm actually excited to see his Shyvana this game because it's going to be a very quick early game. He's going to get through the jungle very quickly and be able to give him some good games.
Okay, live action just about to remember. It's a 3-minute delay what's going on. As we go into it, OKGBT, based solely on the champions, not what you know about the people, based on the champions, who do you think's going to win?
CTX has a very big advantage going into this in the
Simply because of champions?
Absolutely.
All right. As you can see at OverKlocked Gaming, lag not an issue. Load times not an issue. Everything HD all the time, except for the casters, because I am a wombat, a total wombat. Beside me sitting in HD quality casting today, OKG Bad Touch. We're setting off. Here we go.
Looks like we've got pretty good buys here. We got a very safe buy by OKG Lock here. We've got engagements already. Looks like we're going in the top jungle right here. Looks like Warwick's going to get pretty hurt right here. And there it is. The Rumble turning around. Rumble turning around for the Akali. Very nice reverse flash, but she's going to get flashed down for an early first blood. 48 seconds. That's great, and they're chasing down that Warwick still. This is very intense right now, but it looks like they're going to be saved by the tower. A level 1 tower dive is something you definitely don't want to see.
Well, I do it all the time.
But you're a wombat.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Of course. So we're going to be going back here, of course. We have lots of people going back to get early buys. We just got a very early kill. That's an assist for Shaco, which is going to help snowball him through the late game.
Minions have spawned.
Looks like we've got Iron heading in the bush here.
Just pay attention. Yeah. This must be a spectator. Yeah.
All right, everybody's heading into the lanes right now. As I thought, it will be Nasus versus Rumble top. That's going to be Locke versus CTX Herp Derpster. This is going to be an interesting lane. And
they know each other quite well. From
absolutely.
play.
And bottom looks like we've got a regular kind of setup, but Iron has not started his jungle road yet.
Very interesting. We have seen where there has been no jungler, that it has been 2 bottom, 1 top with no junglers. Perhaps we're going to see a game like that. Locke is farming tight. Herp Derpster trying to get around on Locke.
What's going on here? This is early. This Locke definitely cannot let this happen. He needs to get that early game farm, or else he's going to not go very well late game.
Herp Derpster understanding that, pushing him off the creep, not getting the experience that he needs to get. On the bottom, pretty even back and forth. Let's take a look at our minion kills. Almost identical. Chugging along, chugging along. Just the 1 kill.
Looks like we've got more pressure up top from Herp Derpster here, pushing Nasus out of the farm. This is a very strong play by Herp Derpster. This is what he needed to do to keep this Nasus weak.
Would it be tactically smart for them to swap who is in the top so that Locke could farm bottom now?
Not very much so, just because if the Rumble keeps going like this, the Warwick's not going to be able to sustain himself too hard against him. I mean, he'd be able to last a bit longer, and what do we have here? Looks like Shyvana is actually hanging around the bottom lane right now and letting Shaco get ahead on levels and last hits just a little bit, because it looks like they're going to be leaving him to solo.
Very interesting. Excellent observation, OKGBT. Look at the push on the top.
Going top, and it looks like
Herp
Derpster. He's got a level already, and he's getting harassed by that flamethrower again.
Ouchie, ouch, ouch, burn, burn.
It's nasty right now. It looks like we've got a very definitive farm lead right now. Akali is keeping up, however. Looks very passive bottom right now, while Herp Derpster is playing a very strong pushing game right now, harassing that Nasus out of the farm.
At some point, some point, SBUL is going to have to send someone up to help Locke to get the farm. Otherwise, they may in fact get so far behind that they can't keep up with the late game.
Absolutely. Right now he's fighting against the turret for last hits, and what do we got going on bottom here? Shyvana with a little bit of pressure. That's her W right there. It's very strong, very strong. Its duration is refreshed every time she hits something, so if she can keep that going, it's going to keep both of these guys out of the fight. It looks like Warwick's going to go down. Oh my goodness, what a perfect cue right there. Shaco's going towards him. He's not going to turret dive, and it looks like they might actually get the Shyvana down. Akali, that is it for that. CTX Iron, Shyvana goes down from Akali, throwing down the Shroud just so Shaco can't take him out.
Brilliant play, excellent early aggression in the lane, not in the jungle. Tied up 1-1, gold is now almost even.
Yes, we're very close right now. It looks like the same kind of game going on top. Looks like Jess is putting a little bit of a harass back on Herp Derpster. OKG Locke is getting pushed back to his turret. He's very low, that's an ignite, but it's not going to be enough to take him down.
Herp Derpster backed off, waiting for the next wave of minions.
Definitely.
Locke is almost...
yeah, looks like Locke's going to have to go back. Herp Derpster gets free farm.
Oh, love the free farm. Nom nom nom.
14 creep score, 446 is pretty strong.
In the bottom.
Looks like Shaco's heading back.
Got to pick up something. Item choice is going to be incredible here. Look at, we got some identical builds, almost identical builds going on.
That Philosopher's Stone on Nasus is very strong. And looks like Shyvana's going to be starting her jungle path. Quick smite on the golem to get it down really quick. As I said, this is going to be a very quick jungle game. And it looks like Akali is switching out with Nasus.
Excellent spotting on that.
This is actually a very good idea because Akali got the early kill for their team on bottom. Therefore, she might be able to fight against the Rumble a little bit stronger.
Interesting tactical change here. Herp Derpster still pushing the top lane.
What's going on here? Looks
Locke's
like they're setting
heading
up.
out to probably pick off.
And there's the ghost. There's the ghost. Oh, they're coming up behind him. I don't know if he's going to get away or not.
They are going to take out Herp Derpster. They just cannot allow Locke not to get things.
There's the flash. Herp Derpster's going to be all right. And bottom, we're having some aggression here. Warwick looks like he's in a bit of trouble from the... Oh, Shyvana actually was not able to get in there hung up, and Shaco is definitely not going to dive that turret. CTX Iron and Rain playing a very aggressive game.
Both lanes being pushed hard, moving through the jungles now. Playing, I would call it a confident, aggressive, but not overextended push in both lanes at this time.
Looks like they're setting up for a red buff. But will OKG Locke be able to find out before it happens? No, it looks like they're actually going to leave the red buff for now. And there's a ward coming down in mid. They're going to have
placement.
Absolutely. That's very good because even if they do get sight warded, not much is going to happen. There's that Jack in the Box throwing Akali off there. Shaco knows what's going on as the Jack in the Box went off, hiding in the bush, planning another one. And it looks like Herp Derpster's going on Locke again. I don't think he's going to get away this time.
Oh, Herp Derpster going down to OKG Locke.
Absolutely.
Actually, OKG Locke going down to Herp Derpster.
That flamethrower harass early, so strong.
Yes, we all agree that Rumble is OP'd. It's totally.
Look at the gold lead on Rumble right now. That's so high compared to everybody else.
They're going to have to counter this Rumble in the top lane if they want to keep control here and get lock built up.
Shyvana running through the jungle very quickly, as I said, and it's very strong right now because she's getting a lot of passive farm from the jungler without having to steal any from the lanes. Looks like she might hit towards red, but there is a ward. She won't go to it, but however, they do know that she's there now. Akali setting up for that right away, throwing down the shroud.
Carefully avoiding it. Minions coming in.
Looks like Rumble's pushing top. No, not at all. Locke is actually keeping himself in this game right now.
Hard work by both teams to take advantage of what they have at different stages of the game, using their champions, using all of their skills, trying to maximize their gold spending. 1K differential though this time, 2-1.
This is a perfect setup for a safe red right here. Even though it's warded, there's not very much that SBU is going to be able to do to it. There's another Jack-in-the-Box coming down to protect themselves from getting ganked at that red buff.
You know, one of the things that I miss that the Americans have that we don't have is Jack-in-the-Box.
Oh, actually, I've never had it. Is it any good?
It's apparently great.
Oh, here we go.
Locke now pushing
some aggression from Locke. Herb Derpster turns around with the flamethrower. There goes the ult. Locke has no choice but to walk through it. He is down again.
Oh, he was burned. I wonder if he wants some ice for that burn.
I'm not too sure. I don't think you're going to get anything back from that, especially not when he's going to keep doing it.
I think he's going to say Rumbled OP here right again. 8 minutes in, 3-1.
Here's Iron, but it looks like Neku
does not know he's there.
Neku as a Kali right here is going to wait, and there it goes. There's the kick onto him. There's the exhaust, but will he be able to? The Shaco's coming around to help him out. CTX Rain, that's a perfect cover on Iron. However, he did lose a little bit of the jungle.
But they did lose the jungle, which is, you know, like a 60 to 100 gold swing there.
Herb Derpster's farm and kill ratio right now super high.
Maybe Herb Derpster is OP.
I think so. Look at this. No fear at all. Farming perfectly with those harpoons. Keeping the Nasus away from the farm. That's a very strong play. Some aggression here from Shaco, but Warwick's able to ward him off very well with that passive lifesteal in his Q.
1K differential, 3-1, 8 minutes in here. This is the second game. CTX won the first game, a good match. SBU had to drop out one of their players, B, so now it's SLU playing CTX at the OverKlocked 3v3 League of Legends.
This ward just about to run out, so they plant one preemptively. That's a very smart move on the Warwick side.
Tactically smart.
Very smart.
Iron's down a bit. Looks like SLU is going to push just a little bit into that turn. CTX Rain coming up to help. Herb Derpster heading into Check Dragon, I suspect.
Looks like he's going to drop a ward. Absolutely, he will. No aggression going on bottom lane right now. Looks like they're both trying to keep their farm going. Very strong. Looks like there might be an engagement up here because this Nasus is pushed pretty far ahead, and I don't think Herb Derpster's going to... Nope, didn't appreciate it whatsoever. Looks like he's going to go in. Herb Derpster does have that ult ready to go. So powerful, especially against a 1v1 lane in such a small lane in 3v3.
You know, if you did learn to walk on a bed of coals of fire, you would be able to defend the Herb Derpster.
Technically speaking, OKG Locke is playing an Egyptian god, so how does that work?
It's interesting.
Yeah, he should be able to walk over that stuff. Oh, gangsta on Herb Derpster! No. What's going on here? Akali comes out of nowhere. There goes the flash. Akali definitely has 2 more kicks ready to go. She kicks in again, and he's down.
One goes down. All 3. Excellent team coordination by SLU to take out Herb Derpster, pushing the top. Will Rain go down as well?
No, this is a Shaco clone. This is a Shaco clone. Basically, his ultimate is called... It's like Hysteria or something like that, and basically it splits him in half. The clone basically has half the amount of HP and defenses, so that way he can actually bait people out to blow it up and do AoE damage once it's killed.
And now you know why I'm called Total Wombat. Thank you, OKGBT.
No problem. Looks like we got another box set up, and she's going to run right into it, which is going to give CTX Rain plenty of time to get away from that situation. Whether or not they're going to push here is a very interesting...
I think they have to get some hits on there.
CTX Iron's coming down from his jungle path. He knows that that turret is in danger, and they definitely don't want to lose one this early on. That global gold from getting a turret for a team is so huge. Locke stepping out of play. CTX takes instantly melted, and Warwick has no choice but to run away. Akali throws down the shroud for the slow. CTX Iron goes Dragon Form and pins Warwick for 1 second. Then comes the flash. Looks like Akali's going to be in a bit of trouble right here. There's the flash from Akali. That's 2 flash burns for CTX. Even if they don't get kills here, that's a perfect engagement.
They're going straight to Dragon now. Their positioning on that was wonderful.
Absolutely. There's
Are they going to be able to push him off Dragon or not?
Warwick and Akali looks like they might going to try something.
You're going to try steal?
There's no point. CTX Iron has the smite ready to go.
All right. Wow, that was a killer Dragon. Absolutely amazing.
Looks like everybody's going to head back. CTX Iron's going to finish up that jungle that he left before.
Holy cow. CTX, I think, needed that first game to warm up. We're seeing some excellent play from them.
There's a ward placement in mid right by red buff. Now they're going to know.
Just want to remind everybody here that the other team, SLU, was SBU. Their key player played Teemo so well in 2 matches so far. Had to leave, so they are at a slight disadvantage, bringing in a player that they haven't worked with before. CTX is now fully warmed up, keeping their focus. Goal differential is huge. Fortitude 12 minutes in. Creep count is pretty good.
Warwick's coming up to the red buff right now. Oh no, here comes Herp Derpster. This steal might be unsafe. Looks like Herp Derpster's going to secure that red. No, Warwick's coming in. Is he going to take it? No, he isn't. Why wouldn't he? Oh my goodness, they're coming on to Herp Derpster right now. That's a perfect Warwick ult. We've got OKG Lock coming in from behind. There goes the Wither right now. Somebody's withered. There goes the Akali right there with the Rumble ult. Rumble's very low. Warwick looks like he's trying to take him down, but that Junkyard Hero is just keeping Rumble alive.
That Junkyard Hero. I like that. Everybody's
going right on Warwick. Looks like CTX is a bit low, but it doesn't matter. Looks like they're all going to get away scot-free. OKG Lock, way too low HP. Look at the gold gain on Rumble. That's ridiculous. 5-1-1 Rumble right now, so strong. He's got a whole bunch of gold. That's at least, like, what is that? All aced right now. And Akali just came up. It looks like Shaco's pushing the turret.
Right on the turret.
He's got no mana, so if Akali shows up and applies pressure, Shaco might be in danger.
Spots Akali, heading off.
However, he still does not have any mana. If Akali manages to jump on him, nope. She's going to keep there and farm, so she's not going to mess with that Shaco.
CTX Iron's heading up top now.
Yep, got Iron heading top.
Checking out, doing some farm on the jungle.
Absolutely. Once again, that WAOE very strong.
Differential now almost 3K. Global gold. Spending. What are they buying? Give me your opinion on what they're buying right now, OKGBT.
Okay, the Rumble's build is absolutely perfect right now. He's got a perfect amount of spell vamp here, and it looks like he's going for a little bit of tankiness, being his Rumble is very strong in face-to-face situation.
Can you point out something particular in the build that maybe our less experienced League of Legends players should take a look at buying as opposed to the regular recommended items?
Well, first of all, I'd like to point out that on Shaco, getting the Wriggles Lantern is pretty much start. Like, everybody should do it. I haven't seen a Shaco in a high-rated play doing it very much, and looks like we've got some action going on here. Looks like Rumble is pushing up a bit. We've got Shyvana back doing more jungle stuff. Shaco is definitely just staying bottom farm, and actually he's heading up now. Engagement going down on Rumble. There goes the Rumble ult. Shyvana's coming back down. Looks like Akali's very low. Shaco comes over the wall. Is able to take out Lock instantly. Look at this. And Warwick's going to fall very soon. They're chasing down that Akali because they knew they had to. That's another ace for CTX.
2 aces. Deadly, deadly, deadly.
Looks like Warwick actually might get away. Shyvana.
No.
Shyvana. They've got a ward set right here. There's no way he's going to get away with that.
CTX Iron scored the ace.
It's Herp Derpster calling for a turret push.
Good call. You got to take advantage when you get the advantage. As OKG Professional says, when you're ahead, when you're a little ahead, the best thing to do is to get more ahead.
Absolutely. You never want to sit back too long unless you actually have to sit back, because the further you are ahead, the further they are behind, of course, and that means that they're going to have to turtle and get out. Looks like we got Shaco here. He's actually farming decently well. He's got a 1-0-4. That's very strong right now. Lots of assists. It's not the kind of Shaco game that I would play early game. I would actually be trying to get most of the kills to myself. But it looks like Herp Derpster is treating these kills just fine.
Engagement at the top. Working on minions.
Looks like Herp Derpster, they're pushing up again, but they didn't get to the turret in time. OKG Lock is up to defend. There goes the Soulfire, but it's not going to do enough. It's not going to do enough at all. Looks like OKG Lock is helpless to stop this push.
He's going to have to bail out of their level difference, but a minion got the blue tower. A little sloppy on CTX. You'd like to see them get the extra gold for the tower kill.
They run into the Akali. Run into the Akali and the Nasus. Nasus is going to fall instantly again.
Gone.
That is unfortunate. They are straight into their doom.
Crazy, crazy aggression by CTX early in the game. 16 minutes in, you know, not having your regular teammates clearly having an impact on how well SBU can play. Lock, not quite familiar with their style.
Rumble's coming up behind the Warwick.
This is not good!
Rumble definitely has the power to dive, but he chooses not to use it.
You know, I think Rumble was in the last Olympics tower diving with me. We were in the team diving together.
Oh, really? How'd that go for you?
I dived very well.
Oh, wonderful. And looks like they're going to pick up a free red buff here. They have no choice but to let them have it. And Dragon has also just spawned. This actually might be a key part in the game.
You think they're going to go straight to Dragon out of this?
Absolutely.
It looks like they might be going that way. Or are they going to engage with the red buff?
And absolutely not. That dragon is a huge part, but it looks like Iron might be going to solo it himself, so they can watch bottom lane. They definitely don't want to lose a tower at this point. As I said, the global gold is very strong, but even at this point with a 3 and 11 at 16. Got more farming here from Rumble. He's got a very strong 69 at 16 minutes. That's a very strong farm. Getting that spell vamp, very good idea. Keeps him alive.
Up on the top towards Dragon. They're trying to steal it from... It's not going to happen. Dragon's gone down.
Instantaneously down. Iron was able to solo it instantly. We got Shaco right here, just waiting for an engagement, but it looks like Locke and Akali are definitely not going to come out. Looks like Warwick's getting chased down by Herb Derpster here.
Herb Derpster just laying on the smack this time. Pushing hard.
Locke's coming down to cut him off.
This is not good for Herb Derpster.
And Shaco's right behind them. This is not good. Shaco can use his ultimate hallucinate to keep safe from that turret. So this could be very bad for OKG Locke and StrifeX 2.
Here comes the engagement.
Here we go, here we go. There's the ultimate hallucinate. As I said, Rumble drops his ultimates. Warwick's dropping instantly after his ult. And even through his ultimate, there's nothing Nasus can do.
It looks like this game will be over shortly. Just the total domination. They're pushing hard in this tower.
Here comes Akali to try to stop any sort of aggression.
I don't see how she can. They're going to be pushing the tower, both towers here, I think.
Absolutely. This tower is down instantaneously. We've got Locke coming up in 18, and Warwick's coming up in about another 10 seconds. We haven't seen good use of Warwick's ultimate yet.
They're pushing the first inner tower.
Oh, this tower's going to go down.
You know, I don't know that SLU can come back from this. They've been aced twice, 3 to 13 in kills. Huge goal differential at this point.
And they're about to get their first inhibitor.
Inhibitor going to go down. I think, you know, it's almost a time when you have to tap out of these things.
Haven't seen the GG yet, so it looks like they might try to fend off this last push.
No, Iron making sure that they get the bonus for taking out the inhibitor. They're going to go immediately to the other side to take out the other tower, work on the inhibitor. SLU misplaying where they're going, but they have to fight it off, don't they?
Absolutely. They're going to have to farm their way out of this one and turtle. But I don't think it's going to do too well. Shyvana back in the jungle jungling. Shaco's setting up more wards. That's perfect, knowing where everybody is at any time. Looks like Rumble's going up to stop any sort of pushing that could have happened on that turret. And of course, we've got SLU right here having troubles keeping everything out of their base. They're expecting someone to come top lane right now. Sticking together here, very good idea.
Especially when you're behind.
Shyvana still, absolutely. We've got Locke and Strife in the bush right here. Looks like they're just going to farm up minions while Shaco goes around, plants more Jack in the Box and wards. And it looks like Rumble's trying to come up closer. Nope, he knows he got sighted by the minions there. They're playing a very defensive game, even though they're so far ahead. That's a very smart move on their part.
Yeah, not pushing it until they're all got everything together. They're probably looking to finish something off in their build. I suspect this game could be over any time now with a strategic push or an engagement that goes against SLU. They really spent the game pushing on the new member to the team.
Oh my goodness, here they coming around by the Akali. Akali throws down the Shroud. Looks like she's going to try to juke. Absolutely not. CTX Iron's going to come on very aggressive. Still has that ultimate. Rumble throws down his.
CTX Rain blocks off the other way.
Absolutely, this is a perfect final tactic right here. Locke looks like he might get away. Actually, Shyvana, no! Rumble comes in. Shyvana with the Flame Breath for the kill.
So tough, so tough. 15-3. 9K differential.
There's the surrender vote.
There it is, 3-0.
That's the GG right here.
So difficult to play this game 3v3 without your full team there. It's great. You know, it's a really tough thing. That'll be the series. CTX taking the series from SLU. Not indicative of SBU's play. They had to replace one of their players. 3v3 very important. I want to give a big thank you out to OKG Bad Touch. BT, thanks for stepping in. Professional's voice slowing down, but he'll be joining us for the next one. Also, thank you to Josh from Prodigy, making sure that we get this on the air. OverKlocked Gaming, our host for today. I am a Wombat, a total Wombat. We'll be joining you for our next game once we figure out the pairings and the rankings for the finals and semifinals. Be well, be good to one another. Remember, always tip your parents. See you later.
See ya.